The stadium was deafening, the lights were blinding, and somewhere in that neon blur, a single clip, 8 shaky seconds, made an entire internet stop breathing. A CEO with a squeaky clean image, a wife everyone instantly crowned the hero, and a mystery woman whose reply only poured gasoline on the fire. But here's the twist. What if that apology everyone begged for wasn't an apology at all? Coldplay played their first encore, the phones went up, and in one corner of the crowd, Andy Byron leaned in too close to someone who absolutely wasn't his wife. That's what the video seemed to show anyway. Grainy, cropped, zoomed in to the point where the pixels themselves looked nervous. Within minutes, it had a caption, "Caught." Within hours, it had millions of views. People stitched it, slowed it down, circled hands brushing and heads turning. Was it a hug? A whisper? A kiss? The clip didn't answer anything, but it ignited everything. And that little ambiguity? That's exactly what sent the internet sleuth sprinting. But a viral clip is just a spark. The real wildfire starts when people ask, wait, who is this guy? Who exactly is Andy Byron? Andy isn't a pop star or an actor. He's the guy whose name pops up in TechCrunch articles and LinkedIn think pieces. Founder, CEO, sharp suits, we're disrupting the industry type quotes. He built a company on precision and performance, on a public image so polished it almost squeaked. Family man. Panels about ethics and AI. A carefully curated feed of conference stages and wholesome weekend snapshots. And that's why this hit as hard as it did. When the internet smells hypocrisy, especially from someone who sells values for a living, it pounces. Suddenly, Andy's old interviews were dissected. Every tweet aged like milk. That spotless narrative? Hairline cracks everywhere. So naturally, attention shifted to the person people assumed would be hurt the most. The wife's silent storm. No statements, no dramatic Instagram live. Just silence, which in 2025 is louder than any press release. Viewers scrolled through her older posts. They watched the timing of her likes. They claimed she unfollowed, refollowed, then locked down. Someone swore her stories had a sad song lyric at 2 a.m. Another said she posted a screenshot of a Notes app quote about loyalty, then deleted it 10 minutes later. Nothing was confirmed. Everything was felt. Fans wrapped her in a digital blanket. Comments turned into shields. Stay strong, Queen. You deserve better. We're with you. In the court of public opinion, she didn't need to speak. Silence became strategy. But if the wife wouldn't talk, the internet wanted the other voice, the one in that clip, the mystery woman. No name, just initials. CK. Some said she worked in marketing, others said she was a friend of a band member's girlfriend. Conspiracies multiplied like screen recordings. Look at the bracelet, same as her last IG pic. The hair, exact match. People built timelines out of thin air. People DM'd anyone who might be her. And somewhere in that chaos, a screenshot started circulating, a paragraph that claimed to be her reply. Real? Fake? No one could tell. But the internet didn't wait to verify, because the words inside it hit every raw nerve.
You don't know the full story. He told me they were separated, that they were just keeping things quiet for the kids. I didn't go there to break a home. I went to hear a band I've loved since I was a teenager. Did it go too far? Maybe, but I'm not the villain you want me to be. I'm a person who believes someone who said the right things at the worst time. Say what you want. I'm done explaining myself to strangers with pitchforks.
That was the tone of it. Defensive, wounded, vague. Enough to feel personal, not enough to admit anything. Some versions added a line about lawyers and defamation. Others had her claiming, nothing happened, the angle was weird, stop projecting. Each iteration stoked a different corner of the frenzy. And if that message was meant to end the storm, it backfired, because the next wave wasn't sympathy. Half of TikTok called it a clout grab. She's just riding the views. Another chunk screamed, he manipulated her. Others said, everyone's lying. This is a nothing burger. Hashtag split the crowd. Hash stand with her versus. Hash receipts or GTFO versus. Hash protect the wife. Memes drop faster than facts. One viral comment read, we live in a time where a Notes app paragraph has more impact than a court verdict. People dug deeper. Reddit threads turned into FBI briefings. Twitter X Spaces stayed open all night. For every person saying, "Let them handle it privately," 10 more quoted that to get rage clicks. The energy was relentless, and when calls for Andy's voice got loud enough, something finally appeared. Andy speaks. Over the past 48 hours, a private moment was taken wildly out of context. I've made mistakes in how I navigated personal boundaries, and I'm taking responsibility for the hurt this has caused my family. We ask for privacy as we work through this together. Speculation only deepens wounds. I'm committed to doing better, and I hope the people who truly know us will allow space for healing. Corporate. Vague. A lot of words that say almost nothing concrete. Private moment. Context. Doing better. All the phrases that make commenters roll their eyes and type, translation, "I got caught." He didn't name the woman. He didn't deny everything. He didn't admit anything either. It was a masterclass in damage control that taught people how to feel without telling them what actually happened. And that's when the conversation shifted from, "Did he cheat?" to, "Why do all these statements sound the same?" We've seen this before, right? The public persona built like a glass tower. Impressive, reflective, but dangerously fragile. Influencers, execs, artists, different industries, same dance. They curate their feed, audiences fall in love with the narrative, and then one offbeat moment brings the whole illusion tumbling down. It's not even about Andy anymore. It's about us. Why do we fall so hard for perfect? Why do we enjoy the crack more than the shine? When a scandal hits, we turn into jurors, therapists, and stand-up comedians, often in the same thread. We demand truth, but reward drama. We say privacy matters, and then refresh for the next leak. So where does this story go when nothing is certain, and nobody wants to go on record? No official confirmation, no legal filings, no joint statement. Just rumors, sources, and a loop of the same 8-second video, uploaded in 13 different filters. The wife remains a silent force. The alleged other woman, if she is who the internet thinks she is, either vanished or never existed in the first place. Andy? He's probably in meetings, being advised what not to say. The court of public opinion doesn't adjourn. It just gets bored and moves on. But before it does, it usually looks for one last puzzle piece. Something tiny, almost silly, that makes people feel like they discovered a hidden layer. At the exact moment that clip was filmed, according to the timestamp, Ian led into Fix You. Yeah, the song everyone plays when everything is falling apart. TikTok seized on that timing like it was scripted. Some say you can hear the line, "Lights will guide you home," right as Andy turns his head. Coincidence? Obviously. But does it make the clip hit harder? Absolutely. And that tiny synchronicity does what all great cliffhangers do. It leaves you wanting one more piece, one more explanation, one more confession. Maybe the real story isn't whether Andy cheated or not. It's how fast we turned a blurry clip into a full-blown narrative with heroes, villains, and monologues. So here's my question. Is a dramatized leak fair game when everyone knows it's fiction, or are we blurring lines so much that the truth doesn't even matter anymore? Drop your take. Defend Andy. Defend the wife. Call out the other woman, or call all of us out for watching like it's reality TV. Just keep it respectful. Real people could still be hurting behind these avatars. If anyone finally breaks the silence, actually, fully on record, you'll hear it here first. So hit subscribe, tap the bell, and keep your eyes open. Because in stories like this, the real plot twist usually drops after everyone thinks the credits rolled. Bonus recap. One shaky clip at a Coldplay show flipped Andy Byron's spotless tech hero image on its head. The internet saw him lean in close to a woman who wasn't his wife and ran wild. His wife stayed silent, which only amplified sympathy and speculation. The other woman became a mystery solved by Reddit detectives and TikTok freeze frames until a so-called leaked DM appeared. Defensive, emotional, and totally unverified. Then came Andy's own carefully crafted note. Lots of remorseful wording, zero hard facts. The crowd split. Some cried manipulation, others cried clout chasing. Everyone demanded receipts. In the end, nothing was proven. No one truly spoke, and yet a full saga was born from 8 blurry seconds and our hunger for drama. The kicker, The moment supposedly synced with "fix you," making the whole mess feel scripted by fate. So we're left with questions, theories, and a reminder. In 2025, perception spreads faster than proof. Stick around. If anyone actually breaks the silence, you'll hear it here first.